Hi everyone, this is Hannah Shalom, your English 148 TA, and in this screencast, we're going to discuss the midterm for this class. So here I am on the midterm tab in Sakai. This midterm tab is an incubator for all the information and resources that you'll need for your midterm. As you can see to the right of the page, there's links to the assignment sheet about the midterm, to the template for the midterm, and the link to complete the midterm. So let's get into what the midterm entails. Here I've navigated to the assignment sheet where you can get to from the midterm tab. So the midterm will be you analyzing a paragraph length passage from one of the texts that we've read and a 3 to 5 minute film clip from one of the films that we've watched up to this point in the semester. You can't pick passages or clips that we've read in the close readings, so this is really wide open. To further understand what you're being asked of for your midterm, let's look at the template for the midterm. So again, you will choose one passage from a text and one clip from a film that we've watched. The first section will be the text that you're pulling from. So as you can see, you're going to be asked author, date, characters, as well as to give the context of this passage. The large part of this midterm for the text will be you analyzing this passage, so having a clear argument about what's happening in this passage using evidence from the passage. You're also strongly encouraged to use ideas from the close readings and class discussions to help support your arguments. The second part of your midterm, in which you analyze a film clip, will be exactly the same, except you'll be asked for a timestamp or URL of the clip. You'll still identify characters, directors, you'll still give the context of this clip, and then you also, again, the majority of your points will go to how you analyze this clip, what arguments you make, and how you're pulling evidence from class discussion to make your argument. So here I am on the midterm exam, which you can find via the exam tab in Sakai. You can also get to the midterm via the link in the midterm tab. So essentially, based on this template, this is what you will be turning in for your midterm. This first page is your text of choice. So as you can see, there's fill-in tabs for author, text year, characters, answering these kind of basic low point questions. You'll also see at the bottom two questions are the big questions. What is the context of this passage? And the biggest question, your analysis of this passage. So what you have written in that template, you can input in Sakai, just like copy and paste it to turn it in. Here is the second part, your film of choice. So just like the text of choice part, you see your film title, you see your timestamp or your URL, and a brief description of what's happening in this clip. And also, year it was released, director, other things that are important for you to identify this text, like if it was based on a book, etc. And again, at the very bottom are those two big hitter questions, the context of your clip or scene and your analysis of your clip or scene. So again, you'll be copy and pasting what you've written into these boxes. So just to be clear, you are strongly advised to write all of your midterm answers per that template before you turn it into Sakai. You are not limited on time for how long it takes you to turn in the midterm and write the midterm. It's just due by the due date in Sakai. So you can take as many hours, days, etc. that you need to turn it in. This will be different for the final exam, but we'll talk about that in the final exam screencast. Just for now, be advised that we strongly advise you save it on Word or Google Docs to just copy and paste so that you don't lose all of your great analysis and work. So I have some final notes on this midterm exam. When you're filling out each section of the assessment, make sure you do it completely and make sure that you're avoiding overlap. So like this example says here, make sure you're not putting analysis in the context section or any summary in the analysis section. Really make sure that you're fulfilling what's being asked of you in each section. And although your midterm is not timed, just be advised that you'll be doing the same thing times 2 in your final exam. So when you're writing your answers for your midterm exam, just be aware that you'll have about 40 to 45 minutes in your final exam to do the exact thing times 2.